I'm excited to have this opportunity to share with you my favorite romance movie of all time. Three Iron is unlike anything you've ever seen. It focuses on the human condition, allowing you to understand characters through their actions alone. We often forget how well a story can be told without the usage of dialogue. In the absence of words, we're left paying attention to things that we may normally overlook, such as a character's expressions, their body language, and their actions. Three Iron isn't a complete silent film. Only its main characters don't speak. I feel that only these two characters being silent is very important because it shows that these characters are living in a realistic world and not some place far away in a film that's trying to be overly artistic. In fact, I feel that this movie gives you all of the information that you need to enjoy it. Don't understand something? At some point in time in the movie, one of the insignificant characters will briefly explain something via the usage of just thinking out loud. It sounds kind of cheesy, but it works, trust me. Three Iron is a story that features our main character who appears to be a homeless wanderer with only his motorcycle to his name. He travels through South Korea on his motorcycle, placing restaurant menus on people's doors, and if he returns a day later and the menu is still there, he's gonna pick the lock and live inside their house for a few days. While inside their house, he'll dig through everything they have, and it looks like he's trying to get an understanding of the people that live there through their belongings. On top of that, to repay the family for their inadvertent hospitality, he'll do their chores such as cleaning their house, washing their clothes, and even fixing their electronics. One day, he breaks into the house of a wealthy businessman, and after living there for about a day, he realizes that he's not alone. He discovers that this quiet home had been occupied by the man's battered wife. The depressed and emotionally scarred wife allowed this man inside of her house, and she watched his actions from the shadows as he would perform some of the tasks that her husband would never do. From observing the main character's action, she understands that he has a great spirit and a good personality, so she's not threatened by him. Eventually, the husband returns home, showing his true colors to our protagonist, and this ultimately leads to altercation, which leads to the wife leaving with him on his motorcycle to join him in his life of breaking into people's houses. From here, we watch as these two characters bond beautifully without words, solely through their actions as they slowly become romantically involved with each other. Through their time living together, you can understand these characters through their actions. Neither one of them spoke another word for the remainder of the movie, but even though they lived the same life, you could tell that they still had different personalities. You even witness some progression of the wife as she learns to adapt to this new lifestyle. This is a movie that I feel doesn't take a lot of deep thought to understand because most of the actions speak for themselves. It appears that our protagonist tries to live a life that's very balanced, repaying everything that he does in symbolic ways. In other times, when his karma catches up to him for some of the things that he's done, he pays the price with a smile on his face, and you would think that this is a very peaceful person, but I feel that he's just trying to keep that balance there because there are other times when people wrong him that he doesn't have a problem with hurting them in one way or another. My opinion on this film is that it doesn't require a whole lot of deep thought to completely understand. You can enjoy this film at face value, and it's something that I find to be very romantic and relaxing. But then again, I was talking to one of my friends. We like to break down and analyze movies because sometimes we don't always see eye to eye on it, and this was one of the cases, and I felt that it was very interesting because she was saying how about certain parts that the director had mentioned in an interview and also parts in the movie that would lead her to believe that it was more of a psychological film where certain elements didn't actually exist, and everything that she said was pretty solid even though I disagree with it. And it's really interesting to see that multiple people can come away with different understandings of the film, but there's just not enough people out there for me to talk to about it. So if you've seen Three Iron, then let me know your thoughts about everything that happened in the comments section below. Be sure to leave a spoiler warning though, because I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts. I feel like I might not have said enough about Three Iron just because it's such a short movie and the main characters are silent, speaking through their actions, and I'm always the type of person that wants to save the experience for the viewer just in case you haven't seen the movie, because this is something that I highly recommend. I know I review a lot of anime here, but this is something that transcends the barrier, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one. My overall score of Three Iron is a 9.5 out of 10. This is a movie that is very artistic. I find it to be very relaxing and also very romantic, even though there are a few dramatic moments here. You really care about these characters watching them live together, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of these romantic scenes had me all doki doki. 3 Iron was directed by Kim Ki-duk, who is a mastermind of cinematography. If you enjoyed 3 Iron, then you need to check out Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring. I may get around to reviewing this at some point because it's another one of my favorite movies of all time. They're both really beautiful. Let me know your thoughts about 3 Iron in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, thanks for all your support with the likes and comments, and I'll see you next time.